How goes the family? Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully you guys are having a great Saturday. Well, Friday. Time goes by so fast, right? Anyways, today's subject matter I'll be talking about a young man, 13-year-old boy who opened up his own business, a successful business at that. I read this article a couple of days ago and I definitely had to share it with you all. Young man's name is Michael Platt, who is 13 years old from good old Bowie, Maryland, the good old DMV area, my hometown. I'm from the Northern Virginia side of the river. So, hey, Michael, keep up the good work. The name of Michael's business is actually Michael's Desserts. Michael Platt is inspired by his cupcake business because he loves making them. His inspiration is, basically by the great Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who he actually has his own poster of him. I Have a Dream poster of him in his grandparents' house as a motivation. I think that's awesome as well. The article stated that he's memorized statistics about income equality and childhood hunger around the world. So he's definitely the main reason why his inspiration to create this business, because he wants to help fight hunger, especially for children. But he's also spent his afternoons at on his computer in his home in Bowie, Maryland. He checks out a lot of YouTube bakeries videos, because basically we all go on YouTube nowadays for eventually to figure out how to do something, right? You got those how-to videos out there and they're very helpful. But basically, it's teach them how to transform the base of eggs, flour, and water into edible works of art. And he's doing a great job doing that. And at age 11, he was given a pair of Tom shoes for Christmas and saw a way to pursue his passions and founded a bakery that operates on the Tom's 1-for-1 model. Excuse me. This basically boils down to, for every cupcake and cake and cookie that Michael sells, he donates another to the homeless and the hungry within this community. And look, twice a month he heads to locations including for domestic violence shelters. I think this is awesome. Transitional housing for people. This is awesome. And McPherson Square in the District of Columbia to pass out goodies. So this kid, not even gonna say kid, this young man is doing a great job of giving back to his community, helping out others, and I think he should definitely be commended for it all at the same time. And he actually likes handing out cupcakes to kids as well, because he knows that there are a lot of children out there his age and younger that aren't as fortunate as he is to live the lifestyle that he lives. I think that's awesome as well. So he's not only makes a profit, but he actually gives back. It's like I said, it's a win-win situation. I love it. He wanted to go after his purpose in life, and which, when most people go after the purpose, then it doesn't seem like work. And he stated that it's all about helping people, not just having a purpose for yourself, but thinking about how your day-to-day touches and affects others. We should be commended for it because we live in a real big selfish world nowadays. So when I see other people doing great things, got to give credit where credit is due. The awesome thing is that Michael's family turned his business into a family affair. His parents chipped in to purchase supplies and get things up and running for him. And that is something that is lacking in American culture, because I see it all the time in other cultures outside of the United States, families and friends that, working as a collective, not from an individualistic aspect. And as they're really doing team building, they don't need schools and the military and jobs to teach them how to do team building. They just do it themselves. And they have generational wealth and success because of that, because it's a part of the culture. And the great thing is that his mother, Danita Platt, stated that Michael's Desserts is a home-based bakery that practically funds itself. Most of his customers place orders via his website and, of course, on social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram. He sells roughly 75 cupcakes a month. I think that's a good amount of number, especially for a young entrepreneur like him, for $15, and along with a dozen cookies and a dozen chef choice items, which of course means he must also make more than about 100 treats to give away. So obviously this young man is busy between doing this and school and all that good stuff. So like I said, this story just goes to prove that if you put your mind on something, it can work. If you don't, then it won't work. Simple as that. And he's doing it. So like I said, you got my respect. Another great thing is that, in this local community of Prince George's County, Maryland, Washington, D.C. and Northern Virginia areas are showing support by purchasing his cupcakes. And like most businesses nowadays, it gains more customers through word of mouth and via social media platforms. His recognition and customer base has expanded even to places like Tennessee, and I'm sure it's going to expand even other places all at the same time. Let's just be realistic about this. This is great, and I hope that Michael's business continues to expand. And I know it will, because when you do good things can happen to you. So Michael, keep up the good work, please. Michael bakes both for individuals and for events such as anniversaries and weddings as well. And and that's what his mother stated in the article. And the most common request is that he produces cakes or cupcakes for nearby birthdays. Like I said, got the word of mouth thing going on. He's all over the place. Love it. Sometimes, the article stated that Michael bakes to raise money for hunger, and fighting against hunger nonprofit groups as well. He spent in the article stated he spent the other morning teaching a baking class. He even does it on his YouTube platform as well, with a suggested price of $30 per person. So look at him, he's a teacher all at the same time. And this was one of his classes was actually done at the Williams-Sonoma in Annapolis to raise money for No Kid Hungry. So this young man is a natural person that's giving back to the community, natural teacher. This young man's going places, that's all I got to say. Hey, heck, he might even already be there. And I found out that since Michael can continue his path, especially given the fact that he is homeschooled right now, that makes life a little bit easier and harder all at the same time. But he's not wasting as much time as one would in a classroom. And it reminds me that when people have the option to work from home, as they call it, teleworking, I have read so many stories and seen so many videos of people who can work from home, and then they can work on their businesses all at the same time. It cuts down the stress level, cuts down the levels of them even having to be in the office wasting time for 8 to 10 hours a day. They don't have to do the commuting. So, just kind of in a sense, for a lot of people, it brings up the quality of life. Because a lot of people, they live their job, their life revolves around their job, and I just can't get with that program. When their businesses start to thrive, they can quit their job, depending on the person, if they want to quit the job, or they can go part-time. So, you want to be, my platform, my channel is all about one thing, having options. Because when you have options, that can enrich your life to so many levels. When it comes to money, when it comes to a job, when it comes to a business. Have options, as many options as possible, so that you don't have to be beholden to a job the rest of your life. And even if you do love your job and love everything, because I know so many people who do, I will never knock that. Just have options, so when the storm comes, you're prepared. It's like having a survival kit. A savings account won't do it. You need other investments. You need to have a stake in some other business if you're not going to have a business yourself. You need something that can replace your income. So when the storm comes, and it will come, I say it all the time, it's like you think just because you live in the area, it won't come. It will come eventually. And the question is, will you be prepared when it comes? That's it. That's my little soapbox on that aspect. I can't repeat that enough. But anyways, I digress. But that's just what it is. And and unfortunately, the story stated that Michael's mother had to quit her job as a parent advisor for the Prince George's County school system to take care of Michael full time. And his setup was not his family's first choice. Obviously, Michael withdrew from public school and his mother from her job. And after because this all had to take place because he was actually diagnosed with epilepsy, in the 6th grade. And it was definitely pretty unfortunate. His seizures became too severe and too frequent to allow him to sit in a classroom, his mother stated in the article. And unfortunately, he had to stop everything he loved doing because he was very physically active, like doing gymnastics, climbing trees, and diving. So that's when, he kind of threw himself into baking and wanting to give back to people. And baking, in the article, baking, Michael said, makes him feel calm, which is an awesome thing. The story also reminds me of how we have to turn tragedy into a victory. Michael stated that he started the bakery. As soon as he started it, he knew from the beginning that he wanted his business to do more than just make money, which is something he should be commended on. The primary objective of Michael's desserts is to fight hunger and give back to the community. So if Michael's story has inspired you like it has inspired me, then please comment and hit the like button below. The article stated sometimes Michael admits he grows tired of being in the kitchen. And I can understand that, especially with him being a teenager. He probably wants to go out and have fun and just, be a kid, like you're supposed to. So I can definitely understand that he gets tired of being in the kitchen. But then he remembers that being the homeless boy that he has met on countless occasions is basic that he's handed out cupcakes to, a couple of days ago, that he has to keep on working for people like that because they're counting on him in a sense. A couple of days afterwards, one of his friend's fathers actually messaged Michael on Facebook, and this is very interesting because this is how it shows you how your actions, not your words, can inspire others. He said that his son was encouraged by Michael's example and now is inspired to become a baker just like him. And that inspires me all at the same time. In the article, Michael says it definitely inspires him. So all I can say to you, Michael, you haven't truly inspired me, and I know you've inspired others as well. And I hope you continue to inspire other people, continue to do the great things that you're doing in this life, and continue to be the great person that you are. We're all proud of you, from Larry's Anything Goes and to everywhere all over the world. So keep up the good work. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Please give it a like, thumbs up. Check out my online store. I got a lot of products that I'm adding, especially if you're into, we got this the Christmas time of year. So, a lot of great stuff for Christmas and stuff for the kiddies and all that good stuff. So, but remember, you don't have to worry about getting fired. If you own the company, you can't get fired, period. So take care. Have a great weekend, family. And I guess I will see you guys later. All right.